Hi, and welcome to Age's Cozy Crochet Corner. So today we're going to be making stockings. Okay, so we have a little model. We're going to be making little girl stockings. So we will not be putting the lacy top. We're going to make them a little bit kid friendly. Friendly. You don't need lace. Don't need lace on a little girl. So, with that being said, these are universal. So anyone can make these for any size just by doing two things. One, we're gonna take our measurement. Where do you want it at? You want where you want your stockings? Right there. So we're going to take our measurement from here. Straighten your leg out for me. And at the top of the ankle. So you want to go from wherever you want them to be stop at to the top of the ankle because we'll be making footies, okay? So I have 20 inches for the length. So whatever size you want to make them for, just measure the leg from the ankle to where you want it to stop at. And that is one measurement that you need. The other measurement is where you want it to stop at. You want to take that measurement as well. Her measurement is 12. So with a measurement of 12 around, that's how wide we will be making the piece that we'll be making, and the length will be 20. Okay, so with that in place, I guess we'll get to the table and I will pop back out with some stockings for my lovely mare. So all right, let's get to the table. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Asia's Cozy Crochet Corner. So today we're going to be making the knee-high stockings that you saw. And this is the secret to my knee-high stockings, my increase decrease row, which gives a natural decrease to the bottom of your stocking, and it'll help to make it more fitted so your bottom is not bulky because you don't have to make your bottom as big as your top so it can fit around your thigh. So this little thing right here is just perfect. And with this, a measuring tape and a 4.5 millimeter hook, we can create any size knee-high stockings. Okay, so let's get started with some measurements and let's see how we make this. So we have our measurements, but these are the little kid sizes that I've made. I have two right here. This foot is a size 2 foot, and this foot is a size 4 foot, and they're both made the exact same way. We just add one extra row over here for this one. We will be recreating this one. This is the longest one, the one we took the measurements for. So we will be recreating this one, and again, this one is the exact same way. It's just different measurements, but I will show you how to make the size 2 foot. Now the size 2 foot works for a size 2 and a size 1. The size 4 foot that I did here works for a 3 and a 4. Possibly, and then I'll show you how to change that up if you need to make a different size. Now I'm going to measure the size 4 foot, so you can refer back to this point when we get to the footing, and it measures 8 inches. Okay, and well, correct. Let me measure the bottom. So when you go back and you measure the bottom of your foot, so my apologies. It measures 7 inches. And over here, we are measuring about, oh, sorry. And here we are, the bottom of the foot is measuring 6, okay? So, let me look at that again and make sure I got it right. Yeah, 7 and 6. And that is the 3, 4. And this one is the 1 and 2. So when we get to the footy portion of it, we will go back over and I'll tell you how to make these two sizes. I've given you the measurements for both of the sizes, and you should be able to adjust accordingly if you have different sizes. But the pattern itself for the legging is universal. Okay, So let us begin. So, and of course, as you see with the children's, I didn't want to give it the lacy like you have with the grown-ups. I do have a grown-up video that shows the lacy patterns and bigger foot size, but I gave the little girls nice bridge edging, okay, and they like that. So let us begin. We are going to be working with the navy blue. We are, our first measurement for the length of her leg was 20. So I've already chained, and a chain of 70 takes me to the 20. Okay. So I want to chain two more because I do not want to lose anything on my height when I turn this around and start working my way down. So 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth one, I'm going to make a double. And then we're just going to make doubles all the way down this row. Okay. So once you get to your desired length, you just chain two and go right back on in, making doubles starting in the fourth chain from the hook, and you're going to work that all the way down. Okay, so I have my first 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I have my first row of doubles complete, and it comes out to my 20 inches perfectly. So I'm going to move this aside. We won't be needing this again until we do our width. So now that we finished our first row of doubles, we're going to chain one. We're going to chain one at the beginning of every last row. We'll chain one. Turn our work. And we're always going to be working into that first hole, okay? That chain one counts as nothing. So now we're going to be doing our increase, decrease row that I spoke about in the beginning, okay? And this is how we're going to create the stocking illusion to where the bottom part is not as wide as our leg part. So to do this on any size, you're going to make 10 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you're going to make 10 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let me go through both loops. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we will do treble stitches. So if you're not familiar, you're going to wrap around 2 times with your yarn. You're going to go into the next hole, pull up, take off 2 loops, take off 2 more loops, and take off 2 loops again. Yarn over 2 times, go inside the next hole, pull up, take off 2 loops, take off 2 loops, take off 2 loops again. So we will be doing treble stitches for the rest of the way. Take off 2 loops, take off 2 loops, and take off 2 loops again. So you will finish out this row with treble stitches. And every increase decrease row, it's like it's the same way. You will start with 10 single crochets, then you will do 10 double crochets, and then you will finish out your row with the treble stitch no matter what size you are working on. And in between that we will do doubles. So we will, as you see, we work our way all the way up with double crochets, and then we'll work with the double crochets all the way down and to the bottom. And then when we get back to the bottom, we start again with the single, double, treble, and then we'll come back down on the next row with the double crochet. So it's just alternating each row until you get your desired length. So continue to do your trebles, and I'll see you right at the end of this row. Okay, I have almost come to the end of this row. I just don't want you to forget this last stitch here where we turned over going down. So make a treble stitch right in there. So now we're going to chain one. We're going to turn our work, and now this row is going to be a row of double crochets. So we are going to go down this row and double crochets. So go down with doubles here, and I will come right back to you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm coming back down to the end of this row. And when you are working on the increase decrease row, working your doubles against this row, if you have any problem making sure you get every last one of these singles, remember you did 10 of them, so you can always count to make sure that you get every last one. If you have a problem with the transition of going from seeing all the little, single crochets. So just a tip, just in case you do have a problem with that, because you don't want to miss any of your stitches. You see there is a stitch right there. You can see it's not even here. There is a stitch right there, that single crochet, because it should look even on the bottom and on the top. Okay, so now we are going back into a row of increase decrease. We will make one single crochet. We will turn our work again. Remember, we're always working right back into the first stitch, and we're going to do 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm just going to keep going. So then you're going to make 10 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we're back to our treble stitches. Yarn over 2 times, go through the hole, pull up, take off 2, take off 2 more, take off 2 again. Yarn over twice, go through the hole, take off 2, take off 2 more, and take off 2 more. And we're just going to continue doing our treble stitches all the way to the end of this row. So hopefully you can see your natural decrease at the end and see how it goes up. So work on your treble stitches all the way to the end of this row, and I will see you back when I get to the end. So this is our row of increase decrease right here. So I am at the last stitch here. So I'm going to yarn over it twice, go through that hole, come out, take off 2 and take off 2 more and take off 2 more. So now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and go right back into the same hole and make a double crochet. Now we are back at a row of double crochets. So as you see by now, you see the pattern is 1 row of double crochets, 1 row of increase decrease, and that is worked out in 10 singles, 10 doubles, and then the rest of the way treble crochets. Can you quiet her down for a second, Nevaeh? And start back up. So once you make it to the end of your row, you're going to do another increase decrease row. Okay, so I needed to get to Nuggy. I'm just got 5 more seconds to go. So you just need to get to the width of your desired, for your desired width around your leg. So hers was 12. Excuse me. So I have to keep doing this until I get to 12. Okay, which I've obviously already done, so I know exactly how many rows it's going to take me to get there. But so you're just going to measuring, of course, from the top, because that's where you took your measurements. Where you want it to stop at is where you took your measurements on your thigh or calf or however tall you want this to be. So just go up to your measurements, and I'll see you back here when I get to mine, which is 12. Okay, everybody, so I'm back at my table, and I have my 12 inches. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. So with your piece big and opened up, it should look like something like this. Okay, so once you are done, you're going to fold it over like that, and do never break off your yarn, because you're going to use that same yarn to go back down the row. So once you have finished, chain 1. Okay. And we're going to pick up this side, and we're going to go through the top of the first one first, and then we're going to go through the first one in the back, and we are just going to make a simple slip stitch. Okay, so we're going to go to the top here and the top in the back and make a simple slip stitch. Now all of our stitches should line up. Right. And we're just going to go down this whole row and slip stitch. So go in the front and go in the same place in the back, going through both of the top loops, and make a slip stitch. Go in the front and the same place in the back and make a slip stitch. Same in the front as in the back and make a slip stitch. front and in the back and make a slip stitch. And that is all you're going to do to close your stocking. So slip stitch all the way down the line until you get to the bottom, and then you can finally cut off your yarn when you get there. So once you have gone up the seam, this is your end result. It turns out really, really well. Okay, so just give it a stretch, it's fine, and clip off your ends, which I did, and just go through the end like that, which I forgot to do. Okay, so now we're going to set this aside with the other one, and now we have to make the sock portion. So we're still working with our 4mm hook. Our 4.5 millimeter hook. And we're going to make a magic circle. So how we're going to do that is we're going to wrap the yarn around our finger like this. I'm going to pull it off. Put this little end piece through the hole. Okay. It looks like a knot that you have not completed yet. And you're going to go right into that hole and grab your yarn, pull up, and I lock it on like that. Now we're just going to make 7 single crochets in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just going to shift it. 5, 6, and 7. And pull tight. Okay. Now you want to get yarn of a different color and place that right there, because we will be working in the round for the first portion of this, and I want you to not lose your space. So once you place that at your end, you're going to go back into the first single crochet that you made, and you're going to place 2 single crochets in this one. Now I'm going to catch this on the back end so I can work that in as I go. So 1 and 2. Now we're going to go in the next one, which will be right here, and we're going to make 2 in here. 1, 2, and we'll be placing 2 in each one as we go around. And the next one, 1 and 2. And we're going to find the next one. We go in it and place 1 and then 2. Now before I lose this end, I want to pull it a little bit tighter so I can close up my hole all the way. The hole is gone. So in the next one, we want to go in and place 2 single crochets in there. 1 and 2. And the next one, 1 and 2. And this should be our last one. We're going to go in, place 1, and place our last one too. So now that 7 has just turned into 14. You should have 14 single crochets in this round. Now I want you to bring this up and put that over there just like that so you do not lose your place. and into the first hole, we're going to do that again. We're going to place 2 single crochets into each single around. It just doesn't want to stay down. Hold it down. 1 and 2. And into the next one, 1 and 2. And into the next one, 1 and 2. And into the next one. So place 2 single crochets all the way around in this round. And when we're done, we should have 28 single crochets. 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, last one, 1 and 2. Now we should have 28 single crochets all around. No harm in counting, so we're going to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. So now that you're here, I want you to the next one, this very next one, I want you to slip stitch in there, because we're done making in the round. Okay, and I want you to build up 1, 2, and 3, and that is going to count as our first double crochet in this round. So now I want you to keep your stitch of 20, count of 28, and we're going to make 28 doubles all the way around. So this one counts for this hole right here that we just slip stitched into. So we're going to go into the next one, and we're just going to make 1 double crochet all the way around, and it should add up to 28. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, and our last one, 28. Okay, so let's take our different color yarn out of here, and you see it's going to start flipping up, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of this chain 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So our next step is to continue to go around this piece, keeping our 28 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now this is where we have alternating patterns for sizes. So if you are making a size 4 to 5 kids, if you have making this for a size 4 to 5 kid size shoe, then you would go up 6 more rows, because this is one of our rows of double. So you would go up 6 more rows. If you are making a size 2 to 3 kid size shoes, then you would go up 5 more rows, because this row again counts as a row of doubles. So 4 to 5, 6 more rows. If you are doing 2 to 3, you need 5 more rows. Okay, and those are the only sizes I have worked out so far. When we are done, we will measure the bottom of this. So with that measurement, maybe you can use to gauge if you're making another size. You possibly just would have to add another row of doubles or take off a row of doubles. So hopefully that'll help you, but we'll measure it when we're all done. I am making between the 4 and 5 size, so I will be making 6 more rows of double crochet. So you're just going to go around this piece, making your doubles. And I really hope you like the pattern so far. I absolutely love these stockings. I remember when someone first ordered a pair and I had not made them, and I had to sit down and figure out my own personal pattern in order to create these things. And my little increase decrease row just worked out perfectly for me. And then I said, well, you know, with the lacy tops, that's one thing for the grown-ups, but I have little girls and they loved them too, and they wanted a pair, so I need to make one that's more fitting for a child. And the little ridge top that we're going to put on this just makes it really nice for a younger girl, even for the older, because my oldest daughter, she has 2 of the lacy tops, but she's like, oh, I want one with the ridging top on it as well. So, and then I like the ridge top one for me as well. I'm not a lacy girl. I'm not a lacy top girl. I like these ones better. And of course, this pattern, as I always say, is it is universal. So, and now that we're back here, we're going to slip stitch into the top here and chain up 3 and keep going. Yes, this pattern is universal, but I do have on my channel a pattern, visual pattern for the adult sizes, which gives us more foot sizes as well on the adult video, and it shows you how to do the lacy top, but everything else is pretty much just the same, because like I said, it's universal. So for anyone, you can create the same thing. The only thing that is different is how you choose to end it off with your top and the size of this little sock here. So I've chatted enough. You guys, if you're, depending on what size you make, you have more rows to do, of course. And you finish out your rows, I'm going to get to my 7 rows because I'm 1, 2, 3 right now. I'm going to get to my 7th row of double crochets for my size 4 to 5 sock, and I will meet you back here as soon as I am finished. Okay, so now we're back. We completed, and you should have a piece looking like this. All right, so I've gone to my 7 rows. I'm going to cut my yarn, and I'm going to grab a yarn and pull through. Okay, so I'm gonna flatten it. So from where we are right here, I want you to count from where we are right here. I want you to count back 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 would be right here. We're going to add our yarn back on at this point. And now we're going to make 17 single crochets. That was my first one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So we place 17 single crochets. Now I want you to chain up 1, turn your work, and I want you to go back along this line and make 17 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Chain up 1, turn your work, and go right back in the same hole and make 1. I want you to go all the way up to 10 rows. So you have 8 more rows to do on your own. So make sure you have 10 rows of the single crochets. Okay, and make sure your count does not go under 17. You should have 17 single crochets across from row 1 all the way up to row 10. So finish this one out, and I will see you back at the end of row 10. Okay, I am finishing up my row 10 right here. Single crochets and only 17 stitches. it doesn't take too long to get there. And the last one. And once I get to the last stitch, I'm going to cut my yarn and I'm going to pull it through the hole. And I'm going to count my stitches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So you should be here too. It should look like this. So what I want you to do is I want you to count in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And on the 7th one, I want you to place your hook in. Then once you do that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those 6 we will be working single crochets, and then we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left over. So let us reattach our yarn on the 7th single crochet in. On the 7th single crochet in, we're reattaching our yarn and making 1 single crochet. So we are going to single crochet down 6 stitches. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So again, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on one side. We crocheted in 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other side, okay? So once we get here, I want you to slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. Let me slow it up. So we have crocheted down 6. Once you get here at the end of your 6 singles, I want you to slip stitch into the first open stitch, and then the next one I want you to slip stitch in there as well. Okay, and now we're going to turn our work. Now I want you to chain back into these 6. So this was the first of the 6. We're going to go back in there. 1. Now pull this tight. You see the hole right here? We want to close that. So pull that to close it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now that we're over here, we're going to slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. We're going to slip stitch here, and then right into the next stitch again. We're going to slip stitch. Okay, we're going to turn our work, and we're going to work back along the last 6 single crochets. 1. Don't forget, you see how there's a gap right there? Pull that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now we will not be working in the 2 slip stitches we did. We're going to find the first unworked single crochet, and I want you to go in that hole and make another slip stitch. 1, and then the next one, and go in that hole and make another slip stitch, and then turn your work. And again, we will be working back across that same 6. 1, don't forget to pull the cap close. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, over here we will be working in, not be working in the slip stitches where we did. You're going to find the next 2 unworked single crochets, and you're going to go in and slip stitch and go into the next one and slip stitch, and then you're going to turn your work again. Now we're going to work back across our same 6. One, not forgetting to close that end. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now over here you only have 1 stitch left. You're going to slip stitch into that 1 stitch, okay, and turn your work. Now you're going to work back across that same 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now over here you have 2 unworked, 1 here and 1 here. You're going to slip stitch in the first one, and then you're going to slip stitch into the second one. Turn your work and work back into that across your 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And once you get there, you see you have created your heel. Look at that. Lovely. Okay, so now we will be going around. Let me pull that out. Now we'll be working around this piece. Okay, so our goal number and working around this piece will be 31. We will be working 5 rows around, and our goal is 31. So the goal is to hit that 31 in the first try, but if not, the second try you're going to have to decrease in order to get that number. So let's see if we can make it around first try. So we're working in the round again, just like we did at the heel of the sock. So if you would like, I usually don't need to use it, but I want to use it to show you guys. Just place that there so we can keep count of our rows. So before you start, get down there, just place a different color piece of yarn, or if you have a stitch marker right here, so we know this is where we're starting. Okay, so here we know we have these are the tops of our doubles, so we know those are existing stitches. And on our heel, we know we have 6 stitches across on our heel. Those are existing stitches. But as you see on the sides, we do not have existing stitches on the side. So that is where you're going to go in. If you can see it, we're going to go in like that hole, this hole, this hole. So we're going to be going, and we made 10 rows here. You should probably have about 10 stitches going down this row, but again, we're trying to get to 31, so if we can lose a stitch every now and then we kind of will. All right, so you can follow along with me, but let's just count and see what we come out with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, as I thought. So I made 10 here. So my guess is that I'm going to make 10 here as well. All right, so again, we have to get to 31. So let's see where we at the end of this row. 30. So this is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. Okay, so I have 39. I don't know how many you have gone around, but I just caught 39. So I need to get to 31. So I need to lose 8 stitches in my next row. So we're going to flip this. If you're using this, just flip it over. If you're using your stitch marker, you can bring it up. So now how I'm going to do it is I'm going to decrease 8 stitches over this row. And counting as I go out, so I don't have to recount back. So I'm going to lose a stitch here, okay? And how you decrease is you go in, you pull up, then you go into the next stitch and you pull up again, yarn over, and pull through. Okay, so that now is 1 stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to decrease again right here. So I'm going to go through and pull up, go through here and pull up again, and then take off all 3. So that brings me to 9, 10, 11, 12, 'Scratch that and go all the way back. Scratch that and go all the way back. Okay, so I'm going to make a conscious decision because I know I have to take off 8 to put a decrease here, 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 and in the middle, okay? And that will give me my 8. So wherever you're making your decreases, you just want to make sure they're spaced apart. You do not want to have them on top of each other. So you're going to go in and pull up a loop, go in and pull up another loop, and take off all 3. That is our first decrease. And you're going to keep going down the line so you know where you want to place your next one. I'm going to place mine here, so I'm going to go in and pull up a loop, go into the next stitch and pull up another loop, yarn over and pull off all 3, and keep going around. Okay, I'm making another one here, so I want to go in and pull up a loop, go in and pull up another loop, and take off all three and keep going around. I'm going to make one here, so I'm going to go in and pull up a loop, go in and pull up another loop, and then I'm going to take off all three and keep going around. 2 and 3. So I'm going to make another one here. I'm going to go in and pull up a loop, go in and pull up another loop, and take off all three and keep going around. I'm going to make another one, so I'm going to go in and pull up a loop, go in and pull up a loop again, and then I'm going to take off all three and keep going around. I'm going to make another one right here, so I'm going to go in and pull up a loop, go in and pull up another loop, and keep going around. So I'm coming on my last one. I want to go in and pull up a loop, go in and pull up another loop, and I'm going to take all three off in my last stitch. So now let's count this and see if we have 31. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So now that I have my 31 stitches, I need to complete 3 more rows. So we'll have our 5 single crochet rows in total. So you do the same, go up to total of 5 single crochet rows, and I'll see you back when I get to my 5th row. Okay, I am coming to the end of my row, my 5th single crochet row. So what I want to do is just go into the next stitch that and I want to slip stitch into there. Cut your yarn. So you're going to pull it right on through and pull, and it is done. I'm going to get that out of here. I'm going to clip this off of here, and that is done. So now we just have to, let's get our leg back. We want to, our leg is already on the wrong side. We want to turn the stocking, the sock part, sorry, on the wrong side. I'm going to pull this out. We're going to use our needle and let us get this in out the way. We want to weave this in real quick, so this is not hindering us from anything. Cut it off. Now I want you to use the back of the heel, okay? Should pair nicely with the seam in the back. So again, the back of the heel should pair nicely with the seam in the back, okay? So take and kind of flip this up just a little bit and place the back of your heel right here, kind of matching it up with the seam. so to be even. If you have your pins, you want to go ahead and place a pin because we don't want that moving around on us. That's where we want that. Now I'm going to turn this on the front. So I want my front kind of to line up with the front here. So this will be my front. So my front right here, I just want to find that kind of middle. And I'm just going to pin this right here, so I don't lose that. Now I only used about 4 pins because it's not a large space. And you see, once you flip this up a little bit, it makes a little cuppy thing, makes it easy for you to grab. And as you see, once you pin the front and the back, it's kind of already sitting right there, but I don't want to lose anything, so I'm going to pin that too. Turn it around again on the opposite side, and same thing, it's already sitting there where it needs to be, but you want to pin it down just to make sure, again, nothing moves on you. Now I forgot to weave in this in from the stocking. I'm going to get this thing out the way. If I was you, I would do this before you start working down your, trying to put your foot on. Let's get that out of there. All right, so you're going to take your needle and you're going to put the color that you're already working with on the needle. You don't need too much, but get yourself a good amount of yarn and give it a little tie at the end. And let's get this sewn on here. So I like to go through the bottom and the top this way first. I'll make sure it's locked on before I even try to travel anywhere. So we're going to go through that. I'm going to go through the hoop and pull that on. And now we're going to just work it around. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to skip one and go into the next one. But then I'm going to come right back and I'm going to go where I skipped, missed the one that I did come through, and I'm going to go through. So you're just going to sew this around, just making sure that you do get your stocking on the other side. And I'm always going to be going on the last row of single crochets at the top of our sock. That is what I'm working at on the sock portion. So I'm constantly doubling back because you just do not want to work forward. You want to keep doubling back every now and again. That way it locks that stitch in place in a sense. Move this out of here. So I double back. I skip one. Then I double back. Skip the one I'm in. Jump forward. And then double back into the one I was just in. And skip ahead. Always making sure you do have your stocking in the back. And you're only working in that last row of single crochets that you just put around the foot. I'm trying to do this to where you can see me as much as possible. So I'm going in there and I'm going to jump forward. Then I'm going to jump back and make sure I got my back in and go forward. removing the pins as you go. Jumping back. And it's not a great area to have to go over. Go back, cross over. Back, over in the front, and we are coming back around to our starting point. And go back in here. And the same way that we begin, go in there again. The same way we begin is how I'm going to end it. We're going straight up and down. Just grabbing my yarn. Gonna do it again. I am very cautious of anything coming out afterwards. Okay, and that is it. While I have this here, I'm kind of going to weave this in a little bit, pretty much around this knot. Gonna clip off that end, clip it off a little bit more. I do believe I had a, hidden pin. And that is it. That foot is on. Let's turn it on the right side. Before you turn yours on the right side, put your hand in and make sure you don't have any openings just by going along. As long as your finger doesn't pop out of there, you're good. Grab that and flip it back on its right side. And there you go. You see? She's on there nice and pretty like. Oh, and one thing I forgot to do, I told you we were going to measure the bottom of this foot. So if anyone is creating for a different size, maybe that'll help them adjust. Now at the bottom of this foot, it's looking like 7 inches. And this is the 4 to 5 foot. Now mind you, this will stretch, so, but it's 7 inches at the foot, the bottom. So yeah, so that's our foot. That is our foot on stocking. And I think that looks nice. And as you can see, that is perfect for a little ankle and a little lower leg. And then we get bigger as we come up the calf muscle, over the knee, into the thighs. But we're not done yet. Our last thing we must do, I'm gonna open this back out like this. So we have to put the ridge top around it. We have to finish off our tops. So I'm going to start I just want to go in here, anywhere. Yeah, okay, anywhere. But I kind of want to start round about my seam. So all my beginning work is at the beginning. And 3. And I just want to work around of single crochets. I mean single crochets. Ooh, pay me no mind. Double crochets, okay? So in our double spaces, because at the top, remember, we only have double spaces and we have treble spaces. And our double spaces work 2. And in our treble spaces work 3. So you should have 3 double crochets in your treble spaces. And your double spaces, place 2 double crochets. So in your treble space, you want to place 3 double crochets. And in your in your double spaces. Okay, did I say that backwards? In your treble space, you're creating 3 double crochets. In your double spaces, you're creating 2 double crochets. Yeah. Back to a treble space, so I'm putting in 3. And your double spaces, I'm gonna put 2. In treble space, 3. And treble space, double spaces, 2. Treble space, 3. And the double space, 2. And treble space, 3. And the double space is getting 2. Treble, 3. And treble space, 3, 2, and 3. And this is my beginning, and I begin in the double space. So I'm just going to go in there and put another double. So at the top of the chain 3 that we started with, you just want to slip stitch and chain 1. Now you're going to be working in that around this first post. We'll be doing front and back posts. So around this first stitch, you want to go behind it to push it forward, and you want to grab your yarn, come back from behind it, and work a double crochet. So now we want to go behind and push this one, the next one, back. Okay, so you want to push that back, grab your yarn, and come back in front of it to work a double crochet. So we want to push this one forward, so we want to work a double crochet behind it, and we want to push this next one back, so we want to go in front of it and work a double crochet in front of it. Okay, we want to go and pull this one out, so we're going to work a double crochet behind it, and we're going to go behind this one, go in front of this one, grab our yarn, come back around and work a double in front. So you want to go behind this one and grab your yarn and work a double crochet behind it. And this one, you want to go in front of it, grab your yarn, come on back out and work your double crochet. So we want to keep doing this all the way around, alternating front and back posts. Okay, I'm going to do that all the way around this whole entire row. Okay, so now that I've gotten back around here, I just want to slip stitch into the top of that chain one that I initially made, and that is it. We want to make another single, we want to chain up one, and we're going to go right back down into making our front post, and our back post, So you want to keep whatever you did. If you made a back post, then you want to continue to make a back post. If you made a front post, you want to continue to make a front post. Back post, continue to make a back post and front post. So we're going to just do this one last time, and once we finish this, our stocking is done. Now if you want more, then you can keep doing this as many times as you would like to, but I'm just going to do one more time, and that just puts a nice little cuff at the top, and it's good enough for me. Again, if you want to do more, just keep going. uh, make make some more rows if you would like more rows, but a 3-row border is good enough for me. Now we have to find us some models, because although you did not see me create the purple one, which is for the size 2 to 3 shoe, we're going to find a model and we're going to try that one on as well. The owners should be happy to get their stockings, and I'm interested to see how much they like it. I have a wacky pair coming from my daughter. She wants black and white to match these gloves that she has. So I'm going to be making these alternating the rows, black and white, black and white. So one of the increase decrease row will be one color, and the double crochet row will be one color. So that should be fun to make, changing the colors. So if you have any good ideas and color changes and all that good stuff, I would love to see it. Put pictures in my comments. Ask me all questions if you would like. And as I get more shoe sizes together for you, I'll just upload just separate videos with different sock sizes. I'll just keep figuring them out, and I'll post them as I get them. But if you're doing, like I said, a women's size, my women's video, I do believe it has a size 6, 7, and a 8, 9. So with these sizes and those sizes combined, you have a good range. Let's see. We are coming around to the end of our piece. All right, so now we're just gonna slip stitch right back into the chain 1 that we started this row with. We are going to cut our yarn. Gonna pull this through. I'm gonna weave in this little end right here, and we're done. We're done. So this is what it looks like at the top. That's what it looks like at the top. Nice, simple, rich edge. I love it. We're gonna weave in this end. We're gonna go find some models, and I'll see you soon. All right. We have finished, and I have made these ones. These are the blue ones we just did, and I so love them. Now you see she has high thigh highs. Like her leg is gonna be super warm, and I absolutely love it. And she already has the other one fitted. If she wanted to wear it more leg warmerish, all down. You see the footy part fits her good. Stick that foot in there and let me. Awesome, awesome. Can you give me a spin? I want to show how the seam looks seamless. So what seam? There is no seam. I don't know where they begin, where they ended. They look absolutely amazing. You can't tell. Beautiful. Can you turn around? And of course, this is due to the decrease row that we put on. That decrease row makes this pattern universal all across the board with the simple measurements that you have to take. Anyone can do this. and they come out looking fabulous. The only thing you have to worry about is getting the foot size that you need. So if you like these, please subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. And follow me for more videos just like this where I try to make things for everyone. Um, I think that's it, Mir. I think we're out. You love them? I think that means she loves them. Thumbs up. We got a thumbs up. Y'all know my Mir don't speak on camera. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming to the corner, and we'll see you next time. Okay, so this is Vay. Hey, Vay. Vay, you didn't see me create hers, but we did see them in the video, and she wanted to show off hers too. And again, I'm gonna say it again: universal, um, increase, decrease roll. Took her measurements, and she got hers as well. So everybody got a pair. Can you turn around and let me see that seam that we don't see? You could turn back around and you see how she has one pulled up and she has one kind of scrunched up like the leg warmer. And from this you can see with Amira's, you see Amira wanted hers super tall and Nevaeh wants hers right above her knee. So you can see how you could take that same design pattern and you can make it for any size. So you can custom fit them to however you want them. You want them all the way up your thigh. You want them underneath your knee. You wherever you want this, you can put it. Okay. So I absolutely love these again. And she wanted to show hers off. So we had to get her in there. All right, y'all. See you again from Ages Cozy Crochet Corner. Okay, I wanted to come back in because I wanted to show you guys it with the string feeded in and out of the stocking. For the little girls, I got so excited in making it and showing it to you. I totally forgot to add in the top. So I'm going to add in the video of me going in and out so you can see. But this is a chain of 100 uh for the little piece right here, and it works just like a shoestring. So if I was to pull this, it would come out like a shoestring. And that way with the little girls as well, they can adjust them, and wherever they want to, they could just tighten it. If she was wearing it high again, back up on her thigh, she would just tighten it. Yeah, you could do that. Can you undo it and tighten it for? Okay, thank you. See, as you see, it works just like a shoestring, and just tie it and tighten it. The only other thing you can use is elastic. Now I could have taken and put in a piece of elastic just behind that, the ridge stitch, but I didn't want to go with that. I wanted to do the shoestring effect for the girls. But I am so sorry. I got so happy I forgot to show you how to do that at the table. And so there you go. That is the actual finish piece right there. So let me see your other leg forward. It's so they can see again. And I'll show you the video of it being fed back and forth through the post. It's very, very simple. All right, everyone. So love ya and see you again on the corner. You just want to take your regular crochet needle, whichever one you use to make your stocking, and you want to chain 100 for the little girls. And we're just slipping this in behind the post, okay? And just feeding it back and forth in. And as you see, you can do this with your hand. And I'm going to go all the way around this. Just feeding it in back and forth. That way, just like with the older girls or adult size one, she will be able to control where she wants it to be easier. So just feed it back and forth and through the post. And again, I chained 100 for this. And I'm going to go all the way around, feeding it back and forth, in and out. And I'll show you what that looks like as soon as I'm done.